Hey guys, it's Zeke at Creatively Innovative, talking to you about how many leads you can get for around $1,000 of Google ad spend. Stay tuned as we dive into this today. So the first thing we have to think about is how much of a budget do we need for pressure washing, and whether you could spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month really will depend on your area. But how many leads you get will really be dependent upon the cost per lead for who you're working with and your area is like as far as being competitive. So let's look at some of my numbers today. Okay, so take a look at what we have here. So in the last 30 days, from May 17th to June 15th, 2023, so this is a snapshot, we have a bunch of pressure washing campaigns. I'm only looking at pressure washing. There also might have been roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, window cleaning, and so forth. And so that's why there's limited budget there, because they probably could spend more. But as you can see in these campaigns, this person spent $1,100, 900, 900, close to 900, 883, 805. But you can see that the average cost per lead is $40.26. And there were on average 20 to 25 leads for that $1,000. Now, keep in mind, they could have also had other campaigns running that made them fill up their whole budget, which is why they're limited. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to look at a $40 cost per lead is the average. So let's do some math now. So the first piece of math we have to do is look at the budget divided by the average cost per lead equals the estimated number of leads. And so as we saw about 20 to 25 leads as possible. So if you're getting a $40 lead, the math would be quite simple right here. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at $1,000 divided by 40 bucks is 25 leads. So as you see, the math is quite simple. It's out as 1,000 divided by 40 equals 25. Now, what would happen if you were paying more per lead? Well, that's a great question. And so what we see here is other agencies are typically averaging about $75 per lead. So you'd only get 13 leads for that $1,000. And so the difference there that you see between the 25 and the 13 is 9 leads. So, sorry, 12 leads. I made that mistake. Use a calculator next time. So you have 12 leads is the difference. And so depending on who you use, or even if you're doing it on your own, and if you're only getting $75 leads, your $1,000 isn't going to go as far. So what does that mean as far as revenue goes? Well, if your average ticket is around $500 and you're closing roughly 50% of leads, it may be different depending on the time of year, things like that as well. That can mean a lot of revenue that's missed. So the difference in revenue for those 12 jobs or 12 leads would be 6 jobs, and that's $3,000 less in revenue. Now, let's take into account here. So say you got 25 leads at $75 each. It would cost you $1,875. So let's compare what your return on your investment would be if, say, you didn't stop at $1,000 and you just got your 25 leads from both sources. So at 25 leads at $40 each, you'd spent your $1,000, and say you were getting $500 average ticket for those 12 jobs. That's a 6-to-1 ROI. But if you were spending $75 each, your ROI is cut in half, and you only have a 3.2 to 1 ROI, which means you're spending over 35% to acquire those clients. So it really does matter exactly what you do spend and what the cost per lead is. So when you're making a decision on who to hire, do it yourself, not do it yourself, you have to think about, what is my ROI going to be? And what's it going to be like? And is it going to even work for me? And some people might even say, well, getting a $40 lead is too much. Well, their business might not be supported, or their closing rate may not be 50%. Maybe it's lower than 50%. Or you have to keep in mind that maybe the cost per lead is higher, but you do have a better conversion rate. Or you need a lower cost per lead, and then you would then have so that you can potentially have the same ROI. So you have to really think about some of your numbers on what is your return on your investment. Is it worth it to me to get $75 leads or $100 leads? We've heard it from so many people that have switched to us that they were spending over $100 for leads on pressure washing on Google Ads. And it's only going to get worse if you just keep bidding higher. The only way to bring your cost down is by having a strategic plan in place where you're bidding the proper amount, you're getting the right conversion rate, you're making sure you're getting enough clicks to support the management fee as well. So there's a whole bunch of factors that go into this. Now, this is June of 2023, and these numbers will change over time. It means they could go up, certain areas might be lower, you might have less leads. So just spending $1,000 isn't going to guarantee you have 25 leads. The idea is that if you have an average cost of $40 and you actually spend $1,000, that's what it would be. So keep this all in mind, and remember that things do fluctuate, and remember that you have your own business side of it as far as closing the sale of these leads and what works for you. But hopefully this helps you as you are trying to understand, what can I get for $1,000 of ad spend professionally. Contact us in the link below, creativelyinnovative.com. Fill out the form, and one of our guys on our team will reach out to you, and we'll be able to see if you're a good fit to work with us. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and stay tuned for more business tips. Thanks.